I got you.
You on?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you filming, okay? The other class coming in then. All right, guys, come in. Good morning.
Good morning.
Or good evening, rather. How's everybody doing?
Great.
All right. Thanks, Rob. Paperwork here. Hey, how's everybody doing? I got about a little 10 to 12 minute presentation I'm going to give you ladies and gentlemen that deals with essentials of security. It's basically titled Security Cornerstone. My objectives today is how to actively identify, meet, and evaluate security objectives in multiple environments. And what I mean by multiple environments, we know that security is just not our residence, our home, where we live at now. We have what we call cybersecurity, which is crimes committed by the use of a computer. Who all own a computer? Just about everybody got a computer now, don't they? We use our computer all the time to do banking, to make purchases on our computers with. And when we do so, we give up valuable information, don't we? Sometimes they ask for your social security number, credit card number, driver license number, telephone numbers. That's a lot of pertinent information that someone can take and usually fraud you with. So we're going to go through this little presentation right now. If at any point there's any questions that you got to ask, please raise your hand and just ask your question. Okay? All right. Security is cornerstone. What does the word cornerstone mean to you? The word cornerstone. What is a cornerstone? I'm not talking about the cornerstone at the side of your house in the brick. Okay. That's a cornerstone. Me, I'm a country boy.
That's right.
Well, cornerstone is basically the fundamentals of how something is done. And for our base today, we're talking about security. We're talking about the cornerstone of securities. In this presentation, the student will demonstrate how to actively identify and evaluate security essentials in multiple environments. Okay, go ahead. Our long-range goals is to identify and cover the foundation of risks and damages associated with crimes involving security and digital fraud. Has anybody heard of the word digital fraud? Right. All kinds of frauds. And here's some instructions. Instructions is to cover lecture and lab demonstrations from curriculum outline. We would teach to facilitate lecture information covering the history and fundamentals of security. For this section, we're going to learn foundations of risk and damages associated with digital fraud and cyber crimes. And these may include internet crimes, cyber stalking, electronic crimes, identity theft, safeguards and countermeasures, and also we will focus on inspection, protection, detection, reaction, and response. That's a mouthful, isn't it? Here are some safeguards and countermeasures. Identity theft. Who can tell me what identity theft is? You're a new student. What's identity theft? Yep. Stealing some valuables from some individuals. And this means by maybe using the computer or the cyber world, we call it. Like I before mentioned, we make a lot of purchases on the internet. Go ahead, Brandon.
What's the difference between cyber stalking and cyberbullying?
Well, cyberbullying is basically just, you heard the word a bully, being a bully on the playground.
Right.
Now they're using the computer. Just a few weeks ago, we had this young man who was caught in a homosexual engagement, and they streamed it live on the internet. And this young man went and committed suicide just because he was bullied around the campus.
Yeah.
I mean, imagine that being streamed all around the campus and the nation, and people know who you are. And the young man took his own life. So we had other cases too. Well, a young female recently killed herself as well because she was bullied at school, and on the internet. And cyber stalking, they kind of kin to each other because people actually just monitor the computer to see when the person is online, and maybe they'll send a hateful message to them, or say something derogatory to them. And so that's like stalking, because they like waiting on you till you get online, and then they send you hateful literature. Yeah. But cyber terrorism, we know this is the age of terrorism. Since 9/11, 2001, we have the Homeland Security Act that was formed, the Patriot Act was formed after 9/11, and now terrorists are using the internet to commit terrorist acts. Can you think of any act a terrorist would commit against a nation such as America by use of computer?
They order their stuff. They order their weapons online.
Ordering weapons online. What do you say?
They do the codes. They put their codes online too.
Drug trafficking, sending codes,
Yeah.
viruses, shut down banking institutions, set down power plants. I mean, they could really just cripple a city, a major city like Memphis. Shut down the electrical grids by the use of the computer. So that definitely is a terrorist act. We covered cyberbullying, internet fraud. Internet fraud, anybody?
I thought internet fraud is when you take someone's information that they had already put on the computer and use it for something you might want to purchase. One of my teachers told me that if you go online and just say you order something from Service Merchandise,
Right.
somebody else can hack into your line,
Right.
and then use that same bank account number and order them something too.
It's the same as fraud, regular fraud, but with the use of the internet. Basically, I'm using your information and pretending that I'm you,
So I can buy something.
so that you can purchase some goods using your name. That's fraud, but it's using the internet or cyber world. Hacking. Now, we teach hacking around here, don't we? Hacking, y'all are brand new in information technology. You tell us all about hacking. You trying to hack into somebody's internet and firewall to steal all the valuable information they got on it. You know, people do that a lot. They can get in your house and get your computer, and they can go through it and hack and do everything with it. And can they hack in with it? They don't have to be physically with your computer. They don't have to be. Just recently we had a case where one of our state senators here locally, son, went to the University of Tennessee and hacked into Sarah Palin's computer.
Yeah, I heard about that.
But she had a Yahoo account, which is not too secure, is it?
No.
Just a Yahoo account. They're free accounts, aren't they?
Yes,
I mean, they're not going to put the best security on a free account. You know, Google and Yahoo, they're not going to be the best secure accounts to have. So it was kind of impressive that he did, but he was able to do it. He got into her account. Drug and weapon trafficking by the internet, certainly they do it. All kind of drug acts. They keep all kind of transactions on the internet, on the computer, about drug and weapon trade. About drug and weapon trade. Now here, you may take this down as two websites I'm going to give you. The website for High Tech Technology Investigation Association. Can't see it, go ahead. It's www.htcia.com. Look right there. You may take that down. That's a good source right there on High Tech Technology Investigation Association. And the second one is the U.S. Department of Justice Computer Crimes and Intellectual Property Section. Maintains a website containing a treasure of documents, articles, and other resources pertaining to computer crimes, intellectual property crimes, and economic espionage. And there the site is below it. It's www.cybercrimes.gov. Okay? Evaluation. The instructor will evaluate students' survey and give feedback regarding safeguards and countermeasures. I've handed out all you guys out a survey. If you would take that survey, I know some of you have been looking over it right now. Go to the next slide. Here's a little survey, and I want some feedback from all you all. Let's just see how many this applied to each of you guys. How many of you own a computer? Think about 1, 2, how many own a computer? 3?
I do.
3? Okay. Are you a member of any computer social network like Facebook?
Yearbook.
Yeah.
Everybody?
Yes.
Let's look at yearbook.
5? I am too. How about you?
Yeah.
Adrian?
Yeah.
8 of us?
Nope.
Do you bank online?
Yes.
Sometimes.
It's 2.
2 people bank online? Do you make purchases online?
No.
One?
I do. I do.
4?
4.
4?
5. 5.
5?
Yes, sir, 5.
What is your age group?
31.
20.
23.
So the minimum age is say what?
30, 36. We got 123. And
20.
23.
That's at 25 years of age. That's a medium
Yeah.
range, okay?
there you go.
Won't count mine. I'm 18, by the way. Okay. What is your gender? We got 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 4, 5 guys and 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 guys, 2 women. Oh, 6 males and 2 females.
That's right.
Okay.
I'm gonna get my hair fixed.
What is the race we got?
Come on now.
Huh?
We got 5 African Americans. And we got 1, 2, 3 Caucasians. Does your home have a security system installed?
Yes.
1, 2, 3, 4. What hours of the day are you on your computer?
After 4.
1 to 4.
Mine's all during the day.
All day.
Randomly.
Okay. So everybody kind of random on that one. Do you live in a high crime area?
Yes.
No.
I
Yes.
do.
1, 2,
I better have security system.
1, 2. 2 out of
Out from in the house.
2 out of 8 have a high crime. If you answered yes to any of these, you are possibly a target for cybercrime.
Out.
Every time you get on Facebook, any of those social network sites, you got people monitoring you. I just had a good friend last night, not last week rather, to call me and said someone got into his bank account. What they were doing was watching the times he get on Facebook, and he also was doing business with his bank on Facebook. So never get on the computer. You get on these social networks. A good tidbit is never use that particular computer. Never use that particular computer to do business with banks or make purchases online using your personal information.
Facebook and not.
So basically, what I usually stay on Facebook a lot. Don't tell my boss at work.
But what I'm saying is, why would you go through the banking system on Facebook and not directly through the bank?
Well, no, he's not going through Facebook.
Oh.
It's just that he's on that particular computer.
Oh,
He's on that
okay.
You
particular
got the bank,
computer.
his bank information open while.
Right,
while
okay.
you can't go to Facebook.
Right. But all these different questions, these sample questions, really kind of play into you being a potential victim. And we all are. All of us don't live in a glass ceiling. So we all can be victims at any time. Security survey. This survey will be utilized to demonstrate participation by students in collecting information of security safeguards within our building facilities. Students will be divided in groups to support a group effort of teamwork identifying security essentials. Okay. There'll be a written quiz at the end of this session right here. I want you to go look over your notes. Okay, if there are any questions, please come to me before you take your quiz. Okay, and we are done here today. Okay. Thank all y'all.
Clap. Clap.
Myers,
Yes, I want your survey. It's off, right?